Hi. Today, I want to talk about the 4 stages of brainwashing a nation and how the US government's end goal is essentially to obtain absolute power. They will do this by taking the country. And the purpose of the 4 stages is to get us to walk right into it. This process was described by Yuri Bezmenov, who was born in Moscow, the son of a high-ranking Soviet officer and ex-KGB informant. He became disgusted with the Soviet system and, at great risk to his life, chose to flee to the West, where he then began lecturing on topics such as propaganda and ideological subversion. Stage 1, demoralization. The demoralization stage is approximately 15 to 20 years long and has been complete for quite some time now. 15 to 20 years is around the time it takes to educate one generation. During this 15 to 20 year period, they educate you by exposing you to enemy ideologies without being challenged by American values. This is a period of intense brainwashing in an attempt to change and shape your perception of reality, until ultimately you are no longer able to think for yourself nor able to discern fact from fiction. An effectively demoralized person does not care for facts. They will not care to know the truth, no matter how much proof you give them. They would walk their asses straight into a trap before they ever believed that there was one. During this period, educators, politicians, business leaders, publishers, and even actors will be split into 2 groups. The ones that are down with the agenda and the ones who aren't. The ones who are with the shits will then be promoted to positions of power, where they can continue to influence the masses in their agenda. And the ones who ain't with it can pretty much expect character and sometimes even physical assassination. Effectively demoralized Americans then proceed to demoralize other Americans, and it starts with your kids. This then creates a whole new generation of demoralized citizens without even the help of the government at this point, because now they're doing it to each other. Stage 2, destabilization. This process only takes anywhere from 2 to 5 years. Yuri says the patterns of your consumption will not matter. All that will matter are the essentials, such as the economy, foreign relations, and defense systems. Most time, money, and resources will be spent on these things and less on the needs of US citizens. Stage 3, crisis. This process can take up to a whopping 6 weeks. During this period, there will be a violent change in economy and power structure. This is a stage where crises are created. They create crisis in order to create the illusion in American citizens' minds that they now need help from their enemy. And they'll be giving up a whole lot of their rights in the process. Some examples of created crisis: the taking of Black lives in cold blood by police officers. One of those lives was George Floyd, which caused riots all throughout the country. They planned that shit. And it was the perfect created opportunity for them to then release 62,000 National Guard soldiers and airmen to violently enforce control. I ran out of time, gotta make a part 2.